How to have a conversation with a stranger. Yes, this is a topic that I keep on getting from a lot of people. Sometimes people do come and say that, sir, it is easy to communicate with people whom we know, but it becomes difficult, rather an impossible task, a perishable one, to talk to someone who we do not know. So, how to initiate that conversation, how to keep that conversation going, how to make sure that at the end of the conversation, somehow we exchange numbers or we try or we make a good bond. Today's video is to address this issue and help you out getting the solution so that next time if you get an opportunity to talk to someone, make sure that you have an enlarged, effective discussion with him. Welcome once again, this side your host Arindam, and I'm so thrilled, excited to share this new input with you today. If you are new to this channel, wait, have you subscribed? If not, then you are already committing a felony. Kindly do subscribe to this YouTube channel because trust me, it will help you a lot in enriching your communication skills, and that too for free. So without any further ado, let's get started. So when it comes to talking to strangers, what should we do? What should we talk about? There is no such experience to share among each one of us. We don't know each other how to open up. My advice to you, and please note it down somewhere, that whenever you are trying to approach someone who is new to you, it can be a person sitting next to you while you are traveling in a bus or a train, or it can be anyone, any new member in the office or your company. It can also be a client who is a new face to you and you do not know. If you are a salesperson, to build that effective relationship, even your clients will be unknown. So let's understand that why does it happen that we go blank when it comes to talking to strangers? There is a psychology behind it. Since childhood we were being told that talking to a stranger is a crime, or we must prohibit ourselves from talking to strangers, as strangers are dangerous. They can put anything into our food, and it can put us into an state of unconscious, and that's it. The other person is going to rob us out of all the possessions. Have you heard about these things? I believe yes, you might have. And that's the number one thing that we need to eradicate before going to the tips and techniques. Always remember that best relationships we do form with strangers. The businesses that we do get are from strangers. If you are not well, you do go to doctors. A doctor is a stranger. If you need to learn any new skill, you go to your coaches. That coach is a stranger. In fact, whenever you travel by train or by flight, that pilot or that loco pilot in the train, that's also a stranger. So you cannot live or you cannot survive into this world if you are not compatible connecting to strangers. So you need to accept this fact that strangers are not your enemies. Going, opening up, talking to strangers doesn't put you in jeopardy. You must understand how to drive, how to orchestrate your communication in a way that you should not sound vulnerable, but at the same time connect and build an enriching and empowering and alleviating and amplifying relationship with the other person. Now, once this concept is clear, once this mindset is sorted, let's talk about what kind of questions you need to ask to make sure that the other person opens up. Always make sure that you ask open-ended questions, not close-ended questions, whenever you meet next time with any stranger. Now, what are close-ended questions? Close-ended questions are the questions where the answers can simply be yes or no. For example, do you like it? Don't you like it? Do you stay there? Don't you stay there? Do you love it? Don't you love it? Most probably the answers will come in yes or no. These are close-ended questions. Or even the questions where the answers are quite predictable or the answers are always short, try avoiding those questions. For example, Don't ask next time, and my god, I feel bored when people use this phrase. So next time if you meet with any colleague or any stranger, don't ask these questions like how are you? You know that the answer would eventually be fine, I'm good, blah blah blah. So don't go and don't fall into this trap. Next time whenever you have to go to someone, use open-ended questions. So let's take an example. For example, in place of saying or asking how are you, why not asking, hey, how is life treating you? Now the answer won't be yes or no. You can also ask, hey, how's your life going on? What's new happening in your life? I believe the answers definitely shall be in an explanatory way. That's the most important thing that you need to understand. Always ask open-ended questions which will make people open up. For example, let's take an instance. You are traveling and there is another person by your side and both of you are traveling to Shimla. So you can try, this is the next trick, you can try to find some common grounds that you and that stranger shares. Now you must be wondering, that is, he or she is a stranger, what's the common ground of both of us going to Shimla? Well, going to Shimla or boarding the same bus itself is a common string. So why not asking that person, hey, excuse me, have you ever been to Shimla? How have you decided to go to Shimla? Why have you picked up this destination? It's been long since I was also wondering to go over there. What made you to pick this year of this time of the year only? What's your thought on the kind of privileges that Shimla offers? Hey, how have you decided to choose this traveling agency only? In the Shimla, I have heard that the temperature is too cold during these days. Have you followed through any news, or do you know someone? Have you ever visited over there, or do you know any of your friends who has visited over there? Don't you think that these 8 hours of journey would be long? Why didn't you prefer the train? Why have you preferred this bus, and so on? See, the conversation flies and the conversation starts, and trust me, even the other person, he also wants to open up. And let me share my experience. The best businesses, the best students I have gotten when I decided to open up with strangers. I remember getting $1 million lack of deal just when I decided to go and talk to a person who was doing his work. Well, later I did get to know that he is one of the CEOs of one of the multinational companies. So not only he decided to become my student, but today I also train their team too. We are on the verge of training their more team members too. So always remember that don't rely upon close-ended questions, always ask open-ended questions and try to find some common grounds and have the mindset that strangers are not your enemy. They can be your best clients, best friends, and of course they are not terrorists. Yes, you need to be emotionally intelligent enough to decide what to share and what not, and of course gradually over a period of time the relationship develops and it vitalizes. However, during initial conversations, yes, you can ask open-ended questions and questions on common grounds to build a relationship, and that will help you. I hope this video has helped you in certain way. If yes, please do type in the comment section what do you think on it. And if you liked this video, then please do consider subscribing to this channel. Share it with people, an introvert who you feel doesn't open up and at the same time will help him or her to communicate extravagantly. Thank you so much for being with me till this point of time. I know we are about to hit 10 minutes. God bless you, stay blessed, keep learning, keep growing, apply these fundas that we have discussed today, and drop in the comment section about your experience using these tips and techniques. I will be waiting for it. Thank you so much.